And the shit came up to like, I don't know, it went from $570 something to like $1,300. So
Yeah.
where the fuck is the deal at? Like, I'm not traveling with a family and a little one on Spirit, knowing damn well I gotta pack certain other comforts for the little one, and you go up to that amount.
Life can be beautiful if you let it.
In the bowl.
Yo, well, you know. Welcome to the World Podcast. I'm your host, Nas.
It's your guy, Tall Man, live from Dubai.
As always, in the Bowl Podcast, sponsored by your nation's own #1 mobile hookah provider. T-shirt to you. We know you do private events, wholesale, and distribution. What up?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Great.
Hey, man, I see
Yeah,
you in short sleeves again, man. That means the weather must be favorable in the DMV.
man, it's like we talked about last week, man. I thought I was gonna die from sinuses, man. This DMV weather is a problem. Is a serious problem. But nah, I mean, life is good. You know, we just got off the holiday weekend. The holiday weekend was great. We were
Okay.
down. H-Town is a really great city, right? I think
Yeah.
the problem with H-Town is they're known as the #3 unfaithful city.
Mm, that's a bad rep.
And that's crazy, right? I feel like, I don't know, I feel like H-Town is like one of them cities where I don't know. It's just it's a great town, right? You eat a lot, you drink a lot. I don't know what else comes next, but you know, it's a good time.
Yeah. I mean, well, if H-Town is number three, where does South Florida
I can't
and
fuck with.
Vegas end up on that list?
Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you. I can't fuck with. I don't fuck with Florida. Period. Like Florida, you know, we got Bambi music and all that, and but all that, I don't know, man. Florida's just they got different laws.
Yeah, they're built a little different down there.
No, they're definitely built different down there. Down there, it's Trump country. We talked about it last time. We talked about how um, I'm still interested how Trump. I'm not whatever. I'm just amazed as to how he's indicted and all this other good shit, but he still can run for presidency. It's some wild shit.
Yeah, it is. It is. And shout out to Florida, man. South Florida used to be my stomping grounds. Thanks to Southwest Airlines and Spirit. But yeah, they're a little different down there. But it's always interesting, man. And when you talk about the third most unfaithful city, I think about something else I saw this week because they got a documentary coming out on Freaknik, and a lot of the comments on social media, the folks that may potentially get exposed in these videos because you remember back in the day, it used to be before the cell phones with cameras. It used to be the camcorders. I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to date myself. But I did have a camcorder. Shout out
I
to
still got one.
yeah, you and me both. I don't know if I don't even know what the charger is, but what I mean. Shout out to Best Buy and my first my first ever credit card, without understanding, all the intricacies of credit cards. But that was one of the first purchases I made, so I still got a whole bunch of those little mini tapes. But a lot of things that were documented, back then, really had not been seen outside of, circles, because unfortunately or fortunately at that time, you couldn't just shoot somebody an email with the file, or send them a text message, or on WhatsApp. You had to actually pass that tape off to somebody, or sit down and hook it up to the TV. So I think that when this Freaknik documentary drops, I think it's going to be really interesting, for a lot of folks out there. A lot of things are going to come to light.
I don't know. The Freaknik's one of those things where I've never partake in the Freaknik before. However, I got older siblings, and they told me about certain like sporting events that they were a part of, that happened to take place during the Freaknik. And I don't know. I feel like the Freaknik's one of those things to where it's like, that's something we should really bring back. That's something that we should really look into and figure out how that time was. Because from what I hear, the Freaknik was the Freaknik.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is, and I think BMF, in this last season, they kind of touched on Freaknik a little bit, because it showed kind of how, or the story, a brief story of how Freaknik started, and what it was, and what it was representing. But of course they didn't capture what Freaknik turned into, what Freaknik became. So me, I always like to kind of hear the origins of something and see how it progressed over time, because we know Freaknik from like I know Freaknik from the tail end of Freaknik, or what Freaknik morphed into or became. But seeing how it got to that point and to that level, I think that's an interesting story. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the background and that aspect of it. And unfortunately, some folks may have done some things that have been captured on video that they may or may not be a fan of. So that's kind of like the flip side of it. But all in all, it should be a interesting watch, though.
I think it should be a real interesting story. I'm interested to see how that was, right? Because it's still part of history, right? It's still part of the good time. I still think that the Freaknik was a staple in the HBCU collegiate lifestyle that brought a lot of outsiders into it.
Yeah.
And am I gonna lie? Nah, I feel like the Freaknik is something I should have been in. That's different there.
No, I mean, you're right, man. You're right. So I'm eager to see this one. Let's see what Hulu has put together for us, man.
But Hulu
should be an interesting ride.
That's like the G-rated version of Freaknik. Freaknik, I feel like the Freaknik is one of those things to where if you ain't live it, you ain't live it.
No, fair enough. I think like you said, it's on Hulu, so they're only gonna go, but so far. But to protect or shield, some individuals that may have had some questionable experiences. This may be the best way to get our feet wet with it. But I'm sure if this documentary is successful, I can definitely see somebody else, grabbing the reins and peeling back the onion, a little further.
Someone says peel back the onions, it means you got layers.
Oh, of course.
Levels to that shit.
Oh, indeed. It's 2-3 sides to every story, man.
It's my side, your side, and the real story. If you weren't part of the Freaknik, then you don't know the real story.
I'm gonna take it a step further. You know, is your perspective versus my perspective versus their perspective.
That part. Nah, man, but no, life is good, man. Life is good, man. We just came back from the H-Town. You know, we celebrate the holiday. It was the Easter and the Lent.
Okay.
Last year I was trying to figure out what I was doing for Lent. This year, I think I made a couple promises, but I can't promise you that I followed all 40 days and 40 nights.
Hey, I mean, you tried, man. You put up a good effort. That's that counts for something.
Yeah, this year, my whole philosophy was not giving up. It was giving up profanity.
How'd that work out?
I don't know. I think every time I went to a meeting, like every time someone said something, I was like, man, you know what, man, get the fuck out of here. I tried. I gave an honest effort. But unfortunately, some people had to get talking to the way they had to get talked to.
Hey, there's always next year, man. If you get one more day in next year, man, that's progress right there.
Hey, he knows my heart.
Exactly. It's all about progression, you know. But nobody's perfect.
As they said, I'm a work in progress. I'm a work in progress. Nah, but other than that, man, life is good. Life is great. Life is amazing. You know, as you say, I got the short sleeves on. The weather's good. This pile
Okay.
folks up. I got my car washed on Saturday. On Sunday, my shit was yellow again.
Yeah, man, I can kind of identify with you. You know, I had somebody come out and wash the truck on Saturday, and then I think Sunday morning, you know, I was going to take the trash out, and I just happened to look in my back window. And I see all this dust on it, man. So I'm like, man, it hasn't even been 24 good hours, and already, you know, I'm showing wear and tear of the desert.
I feel like I'm with the birds shit on my car.
That's the worst, man. I mean, at least you're not parked under the tree, man. I've seen some cars. Well, I don't know how people were riding around. I mean, you know, you have one spot. You know, I mean, that's one thing. It's a bit of an eyesore, but when you got like your whole hood or your whole roof, it's like that's just rude, man. It's like you parked under the bird's nest, and they just no respect at all.
And that's my biggest problem is I feel that right now we're in a situation where these birds, not gonna lie, I'm okay with them being away. I'm okay with them, you know, not being existent.
Okay.
Because they keep fucking my shit up, man. I got a whole bunch of bird shit on my car now. I watched this shit on Saturday. This shit is fucking my shit up.
Man, yeah. I guess if it's not the birds, it's pollen, man. You just can't win over there right now.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good on that. What's up with you though, man? What's up? What you got?
Man, nothing much, man. I've been coming across, you know, some pure comedy this week. There was and I know earlier, you know, we were talking about, you know, South Florida and how I was a Spirit Club member. You know, there was a Spirit Airlines flight attendant who I don't even want to say, you know, she lost it on a flight from Dallas to LA, but she pretty much, you know, grabbed the PA system and, you know, she kind of went on the rant. She was like, you know, no, we don't have sockets to charge your phone because Spirit would charge you. No, we don't have blankets because Spirit would charge you. No, your seats don't recline. Why? The whole crowd chimed in because Spirit would charge you. And, you know, it was kind of wild because, you know, some say that, you know, she was being honest and, you know, others say that she was being, you know, unprofessional, you know, by doing all that. You know, but I think that, I mean, she was just putting it out there, man. Everybody knows with Spirit, you get what you pay for.
No,
If
no,
if you don't have any bags, you're not paying for bags. So you're not getting all those extras. But you can't hold Spirit to the same light that you would hold an American, a Delta, or United,
no.
because
See,
it's
that's
different
the
levels of
problem.
service, man.
No, no, I can't go with you on that. I'm not.
Uh-oh.
I
Okay. Hey,
can't.
what you got?
Fuck Spirit.
Oh, then you just take Spirit.
Yep, I did.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I know we don't like to use a whole bunch of name drops. If you're not sponsoring us, I'm not trying to put your name out there, but fuck Spirit. My issue with Spirit is, so we were looking up flights, and the best flight from a dollar, or from a dollar standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
Spirit, I think we found like 3 or 4 tickets for a total of like $500.
Sounds like a deal.
A great deal. A fucking phenomenal deal. However, I did a little test, and I was like, you know what? Let's see if I want. I got certain like creature comforts that I want that I'm looking for when I'm flying. Wi-Fi, a bag or two. There's certain things that I look for, right? That I just want when I'm flying, especially flying
Okay.
a little one. My problem with Spirit is that the flights I think total was like $500. I said, fuck it. Let me test it to see what those other, you know, um, let me see what else I can get for my creature comforts and see how much we add up. So I put Wi-Fi on there. I put a check bag, a carry-on bag. I picked a seat. I picked a seat for the family, and the shit came up to like, I don't know. It went from 570 something to like $1,300. So
Yeah.
where the fuck is the deal at? Like, I'm not traveling with a family and a little one on Spirit, knowing damn well I gotta pack certain other comforts for the little one, and you go up to that amount. Fuck Spirit. I don't fuck with Spirit. I don't fuck with those little. If I'm traveling by myself, I can travel with a book bag. I'm cool with it, but fuck Spirit.
But see, and that's exactly what Spirit is designed for. Spirit is designed for the economical traveler that doesn't want all the, I don't want to say frivolous things, but does not want all the amenities.
No, are you traveling? See, that's my problem. My thing is, are you traveling Spirit with fucking Crocs?
Yeah, but you know what I mean. At the same
No.
time, you gotta set your expectations. You don't hop on Greyhound and expect a meal service on a bus. You hop on Greyhound
No,
because
no, no,
you're trying to
no,
cut costs, man.
no. They want you to get a fucking. You gotta pay for ice. I don't want water. I want ice. You gotta pay for ice. You gotta pay for a fucking 6 ounce cup of water. Fuck Spirit, and that's my problem. Like, you already make traveling fun, and they make it acceptable. So I remember right before we were about to board, 24 hours before, they sent me an email talking about what they say. They were like, we got a delay in the flight because of unexpected weather. That all of a sudden they were a meteorologist and they thought they could predict the weather 24 hours in the future. Fuck Spirit. Fuck those economy flights. Give me a flight where I can pay full price and keep it moving.
Hey man, you are entitled to your opinion. I still think that you're trying to hold a Toyota Corolla to the standards of a BMW.
No, I'm trying to just hold a. I'm trying to hold a fucking basic economy to life. right? I don't even know what car, because I'm going to offend a couple folks, whether I say Lexus, Acura, whatever it is, to a fucking BMW. No, it's just...
Nah. I mean, it's not offensive if someone gets a Toyota Corolla, that they know the kind of horsepower they're gonna get. They know the fuel efficiency. They know the maintenance. There are no surprises there. Somebody gets a BMW again. They know that the added cost with that. So. I mean, with that, we can agree to disagree. I mean, we're both entitled to our opinions. We always say we're, two highly opinionated individuals. So, I'm not going to try to argue down or convince you. You have your stance. I have mine.
Fuck Spirit. That's where I'm at with it. You fly Spirit, you know what you about to get. You about to get...
Exactly.
You about to get everything without the lube, man. You about to get just mollywopped. Not cool. What else you got going on?
Oh man, I saw. Oh wow. So I've heard about these surgeries that some dudes out here getting. Where it's like a leg surgery, where after the surgery, it increases your height like 5 to 6 inches. So I came across a story of this dude who was 5'5", and you guys spent $170,000, on the surgery, to go from 5'5" to like, I don't know, what was it, like 5'11", maybe 6 feet. And the whole reason, why the guy did the surgery, from what I heard, could be wrong, but he said that, at 5'5", he wasn't getting a lot of positive feedback. His acceptance rate on dates was minimal, due to his height. So now that he's 6 feet, he feels that acceptance rate, that percentage has thoroughly increased. And I mean, from the outside looking in, I'm like, man, this dude just spent $170,000, as well as some time in rehab. Because apparently he has to learn how to walk again and some motor functions. But $170,000, to increase his dating potential. So I wanted to get your thoughts on that, to see what you think about that one.
I think God made who we are. And if you can't pull what you need to pull because you're afraid of your height, God is in what you to happen. I feel that you try to make yourself I don't know, man. These alterations, right? I don't. So we talk about like BBL. We talk about
Yeah,
all these other
lipo, tummy
modifications,
tucks.
and all that shit, tummy tucks, lip lipos. Big up to she's no longer Black China. But I don't know. I just feel that if God didn't want you to be 6 feet tall, you don't gotta be 6 feet tall. And I'm okay with
Yeah,
that. For me. So we got tall men, we got Nas, right? So tall man, he is who he is. For me, I'm 5'8". You know what I'm saying? And I'm okay with my skin.
yeah.
I'm okay with my height. I feel like with my height, someone told me today I got one of them, church families, right? I got a beautiful family, and I'm okay with my skin. But if you can't accept that and you feel like you got to add 5 inches to your height just to make you 6 feet, that's just the way it is.
I agree with you, man.
If you got a problem with anyone under 6 feet, go fuck yourself. Sorry about that. Here you go. So look, I'm okay with that. But I don't know, man. On some real shit, I just feel like you got to be able to accept who you are as a skin. I mean, unfortunately, like God, not unfortunately, but you are who you are, accept who you are, and you'll
Yeah.
be okay.
I agree with you. You know, I think I mean, dropping six figures to increase your dating potential. I think that's wild in itself. I mean, when you look at everything you could have done with that 170K, could have started a business, could have invested in property, could have invested in stocks, could have done so much with that, but you do that to increase your height just to be able to date more, so the reasoning, the rationale behind it, I mean, I really can't get with that. And I agree with you. I mean, it's all about I mean, being confident and in your own skin. And I mean, hopefully, whatever he was trying to accomplish, I just hope that investment was worth it, at the end of the day. Because if he did all that and is going through all this, I mean, he's still kind of in a similar dating predicament. Then maybe his height wasn't the issue. I mean, maybe it's something else. But that's just crazy to me.
I think you should judge. I think honestly, like, if you're okay, like, I would judge you. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I would judge you knowing how hard you're trying to fit inside of someone else's box.
Yeah.
But intended. Like, if you feel like you about to be 6 feet tall and that's gonna help your dating lifestyle, why are you fighting so hard to make someone to accept you?
I mean, that's true. I mean, I think about it, on the other side. I'm like, if you're 5'5" and you wear like a size, 7 in shoes, and now you're 6 feet because I mean it was a leg surgery, it wasn't a foot surgery. So now you're walking around on a 6 foot frame wearing size 7 shoes. I mean, how does that work out?
Hey, I can't help you with that. I feel like you got something else you gotta handle. That's something else you got. You know what I'm saying? And I know, what I'm saying? Me and a couple of my buddies, you know what I'm saying? Like, my folks, we may not be all over 6 feet, but like Devin says, you pull what you can pull. You should be able to accept that.
No arguments there, man. No arguments there. So what else is going on with you, man?
Nothing much, man. Like you said, man, we got the arms out. We in Chocolate City. It's a good time, man. It's the weather has broke. We're in the era now to where it's officially springtime. Pollen's fucking folks up.
Yeah.
But it's a good time.
Yeah, man. And I saw something else that was crazy this week, man. It was a funeral, in DC for for a young guy that got murdered back in March. And apparently, as the funeral was letting out, an individual or individuals, decided to shoot the funeral up, man. And it's like, right now, things, I mean, DC is reverting back to how it was, and I mean the late '80s, I mean early '90s, with the crime. But it's like, I guess, I mean, what's next? I mean, it seems like there's no respect out there. It seems like it's no code, because you got young kids getting shot. It used to be a code, and it wasn't even an unwritten code because everyone knew it. I mean, you left children alone. Funerals, things like that. And I think it makes me think back to the great show, The Wire. Where they would talk about like how on Sundays, Sundays was like I don't want to say a safe place, but it was off limits. Because remember when Omar was taking his grandmother to church, and they shot at him, and they'll put a hole in the church lady's hat, and all the blowback behind that. It just seems like a lot of those old rules have like gone out the window, and everything is fair game now.
I mean, again, people think it's just a video game. People think shit out here is sweet. People think shit out here right now is, I think it's getting worse. I think we're at a point to where people just don't understand that like life has a lot of value to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people forget that life at this moment is more about these glitz and glam and all the other good shit. I think life right now, you need to love each other and put a value on life. And I'm always going to say that. I always sit there and say put value on life, man, because no one on earth right now, on this side of the earth, knows what life or afterlife is. And we talk about the resurrection, there's Easter. We talk about, when people pass and this, that, and the third, but people never really know what life after life is.
Yeah.
And people don't appreciate life. And that's my issue. So these young cats out here think life is sweet, think you can just go shoot somebody, you can go to jail, like even for that whole, I'm not gonna lie, like it makes me think like, what's that, YSL and the whole RICO charge? And I can't even think about these other fucking acronyms like YFM.
It's too many to name.
Yeah, man, it's too many acronyms out here, man. These fucking young cats out here are clowns. Like, you don't like what I gotta say, I can't help you out there, but all I can say is like, it's just a joke.
Yeah.
But it's real life.
Yeah, it is, man. It is, man. So oh man, one more thing. Wow, it's like a lot of things been going on in the city. So Monica, had a show in DC, and before I even mention that, I'm gonna go on record to say publicly, that I had an unfair bias about Monica. Monica is a great artist, great singer, very talented. But for like the past 20 years or so, I held a grudge, against Monica, and it goes back to
Monica with the white thick heels on the curve side, Monica.
yeah, I'm talking about back to the boy is mine, with Brandy Monica,
The
back
curve
in
with the thick white heels, yeah.
exactly back in middle school, I was infatuated with a young lady. And she was like, "Yeah, Monica and Brandy, this is gonna be our song." I was like, "Oh, cool, cool." I mean, I really didn't get it because the song is saying "the boy is mine." So like, all right, what are you trying to say? Because I can go either way. Long story less short, me and my young friend, we parted ways. So from that point forward, I despised Monica. So I was like, this is absurd. This is all Monica's fault, man. So I held that unbiased, that biased opinion, against Monica. So I like to say publicly, I no longer have issues with Monica. But Monica had a show in D.C. and apparently two young ladies got into a bit of a shoving match, during her performance. So she motioned to the DJ, she's like, "Hey, stop the set for a minute," and she addressed, the two women who were shoving each other, calm the situation down, was like, "Hey, I'm up here singing song X, Y, and Z. I'm not singing Knuck if you buck. There's no need for all this, right?" And then she proceeded to, make sure that, two beverages, were sent over to the ladies to kind of calm the situation down. So I thought that was cool, that she, one, she stopped and addressed it before it went any further. And then two, she compensated them with, with some beverages. I think that was very classy of her to do, man. So salute to Monica on that.
Yeah, I feel that if you're gonna fight doing a R&B singer set, we got bigger issues.
Agreed.
I feel that if you're gonna argue about women, or if you're gonna, first of all, I have a problem with like folks fighting when there's a plethora of other things that can distract your aggression. But if you're that mad to where you can't focus on what your objective is, and you really that mad, it's a real big issue.
Agreed.
So, long story short, Monica, I fuck with her. I still am on the fence who's better, Keisha Cole or Monica.
Ooh, that's a tough one, man.
But if you're gonna sit there and argue about that, and you're gonna have a fight in the middle of that show, you a clown. You're a joke. You can't fight if someone's singing about love. Like, what the fuck? You got a lot of aggression.
Yeah.
Figure that shit out.
Exactly, man. Man, so before we get out of here, man, so what you got going on, for the weekend? I mean, what's to come for the upcoming week?
It's springtime. We out here, baby. I know last time we talked, we were talking about showing some footage of H-Town and where we was at. But it's summertime. It's springtime. Get out here, show some love your folks. Enjoy. Oh, we about to put the grill on deck. But I light that shit up. Let's do it. Life is good. That's where I'm at this weekend.
Man. I like it, man. I like it. This weekend on this side, I got a couple things going on. Got a couple different birthday events. So gonna slide through those and check it out. Got some new spots out here. I was very disappointed, man. We found this awesome speakeasy. Where you had to go to the bookcase and move a book a certain way to access the handle to get in. So I was excited about that until I found out the spot's closed. I was reading an article from November. November 2022. What was that? 4-5 months ago. Spot's gone already. So I'm a little saddened about that. So I was looking forward to that experience. So I love a good speakeasy, man.
Speakeasies are amazing.
Yes. And they had it was like an amazing cocktail and whiskey lounge at the same time. So it was like a win-win. So very disappointed about that. But got some other things lined up. So gonna check that out then. Getting ready for another trip. Got a quick trip to Bahrain coming up. So we got a long weekend coming up next week. So gonna head to Bahrain for a few days, hang out with one of my boys out there, and check that off. Trying to make sure I get to all these GCC spots out here to see what's what. As we've already checked off Doha, checked off Oman. Gonna head to Saudi next month. So Bahrain is up next, man.
Good times. Yeah, I mean, that's what I say, man. It's that season, man. It's traveling season. Folks coming out there. A lot of good shit happening. Got a few good interviews coming up. So life is good. Man,
no complaints at all, man. Well, once again, shout out to Shisha to you. Don't forget that you can follow them on IG. You can follow us on Twitter at @InTheBowlPod. If we said anything that struck a chord with you, definitely hit us up in the comments. Give us your thoughts. As we always say, we are two highly opinionated individuals, but we enjoy, listening to the opinions of others. So definitely hit us up in the comments. And last but not least, don't forget to keep those hookahs clean. After every use, just go ahead and rinse it out. So that way, when you're ready to smoke, half the work is already done for you. So until next week, we appreciate y'all for rocking with us.
And as always, click, like, and subscribe.